right, hello there. This is Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula. We wanted to just provide a brief update regarding the upcoming winter storm. A few areas where our confidence has begun to increase. Over the last 24 hours, we've really seen an uptick in the potential for a heavy snow event this weekend as an Arctic front approaches the region. So confidence in heavy snow is growing. Also, we want to address the potential for some whiteout conditions as the Arctic front actually moves through the region. And then finally, our confidence has also increased quite a bit in dangerous cold being likely next week. So first, to start things off, I wanted to show you our current from the National Weather Service forecast of snowfall. This graphic covers from Saturday morning through Monday morning, so roughly a 72-hour period. And please keep in mind that these totals are in addition to what has fallen today, Friday. So this is a completely separate storm that we're showing here with this graphic. And you'll see some pretty impressive amounts through the Clearwater National Forest over into western Montana along the I-90 corridor, and then up into the Sealy-Swan area where we're expecting a potentially widespread area of anywhere to 8 to 12 inches of snowfall, potentially higher in some of those areas like Sealy-Swan and in the Clearwater Mountains. So this is an impressive snowfall event that we're looking at. The next question may be, what is our confidence in these sorts of amounts? So first I want to start by showing you the confidence or the probability of seeing a snowfall greater than 6 inches. This is in the same time frame of the graphic that I just showed you. So from Saturday morning through Monday morning. And you'll see the areas that are in the pink to purple shading here, that is showing anywhere from a 70 to 100% chance of seeing at least 6 inches of snow. If you're interested in specific locations, you'll see the table on the left that kind of breaks down the percent chance for each location. But the main thing I want to emphasize here is that this is looking like a widespread, moderate to heavy snowfall event. It's going to affect much of the area from Highway 12 in Idaho all the way across to McDonald Pass on Highway 12, and from roughly Kalispell southward to about Lost Trail Pass. So this is going to be a large area that's going to be affected. Now, as far as when we move up into the higher snowfall totals, this is the same time frame as before, but looking at the probability of seeing greater than 12 inches, you'll see the area of focus narrows a little bit. Now we're still looking at the Sealy-Swan area down to about McDonald Pass, the I-90 corridor from Lookout Pass through Missoula to about Drummond, and then the Clearwater Mountains in Idaho. And all those areas are showing potential of seeing at least 12 inches. For Missoula specific, we're looking at about a 30% chance of seeing at least a foot of snow. So there is that potential there, just something that we wanted to highlight. And then if we look at the probability of greater than 18 inches, yes, that is possible that a few areas could see that much additional snowfall. It looks most likely in the Sealy-Swan area and then again over in the Clearwater Mountains of Idaho. But again, if you're along that I-90 corridor between Lookout Pass and about Drummond to McDonald Pass, it can't completely be ruled out. So this is shaping up to be a pretty significant snowfall event. So the second complicated part of this system is that we're going to have an Arctic cold front sagging south out of Canada. And this cold front has some very impressively cold air associated with it. But as this Arctic front makes its way across primarily western Montana, it's going to be bringing quite a few concerns with it. The first being a rapid temperature drop, which could lead to some flash freezing of any roadways that are wet or slushy. And then there will also be gusty east to northeast winds with the front. So that could bring wind gusts of 40 miles per hour or greater in some isolated areas. And in locations that have transportable snow on the ground, could see some blowing and drifting and whiteout type conditions for a period of time. So this graphic's just showing a rough timeline of when that cold air might arrive. It's going to be arriving around the Continental Divide near Marias Pass this evening, and it could make it in close to Kalispell. It may not make it quite to Kalispell, but it could at some point late this evening in that 7 to 11 p.m. time frame. Then it looks like the cold air may kind of hang up or retreat a little bit before it makes its full push through the rest of western Montana Saturday. And so you'll see, here's the line, Saturday evening, 5 to 9 p.m., making it past Kalispell again, approaching Missoula Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and then past Butte in that 6 to 11 a.m. time frame Sunday. So it's going to kind of come through, as I said, in two waves, and as this occurs, a rapid freeze up of roadways is possible and localized blowing, drifting snow, low visibility. Now, as I mentioned, behind this cold front, there is significantly colder air, definitely the coldest that we've seen this season. And this graphic that I'm showing you here is the probability of seeing minimum temperatures colder than 0 degrees. And this particular graphic is on Wednesday of next week, but I will say anytime from Tuesday to Thursday, there's potential to see below 0 temperatures. And you'll see areas along the Continental Divide and then up into northwest Montana have the highest probability of seeing 0 degrees or colder. And in fact, there are some areas that could get significantly colder than 0 degrees, and I'll address that here in a minute. But you'll see Seeley Lake pretty much 100% chance of reaching below 0. Missoula, about a 60% chance. Butte, looking at it about a 90% chance. As you head further west, the probability of seeing that cold of temperatures decreases a bit, but it's still going to be much colder even into central Idaho, where we'll be seeing some teens and maybe even some single digits. So bottom line, it's going to be cold everywhere. There is the potential to see, as I mentioned, some well below 0 temperatures. Some of the areas that we're most concerned about will be along the Continental Divide and across northwest Montana. So West Glacier area, Butte, Blackfoot region, Seeley, Swan Lake, you could see temperatures as low as 20 to 40 degrees below 0. Now, these are going to be more pockets that would get to that cold, but there is potential to see it reaching that cold in that Tuesday through Thursday time frame. The Flathead and Mission Valley, we're seeing potential of 20 to 30 degrees below 0, and Missoula, Bitterroot Valley, anywhere from 10 to 25 degrees below 0. So this is going to be significant. For any winter, this would be pretty significant cool down, but especially this year, we've been so mild overall, especially here over the last couple of months, that this is really going to come as a shock. So frigid temperatures, the other thing to keep in mind is we will have some wind, especially early in the week next week. So there's potential to see dangerous wind chills. So that's all I have for today. I know this can only give you so much detail. So if you have any questions or concerns or need additional details, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We're there 24 hours a day. And otherwise, we'll be in touch as we see any further needed adjustments or updates.